Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Fallout 1.5 Resurrection. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're just joining me today here with Leonard, as we learn a little bit about or a lot about what actually goes on down in here. So we may better destroy them. I think I'm gonna destroy them. It depends. I don't know what the game is gonna throw at me, but let's have a chat here with Leonard. So, can you tell me more about the Rebirth machine, Leonard? Oh, I'm sorry, but technology isn't exactly my thing. And besides, the machine and all the know-how are very carefully protected. After all, it's the most important thing we have. It's the reason for us being here. It's our hope. Well, there's no chance to at least see it? You mean in person? Well, if you have the advanced scientific or technical skills, then after you're cleared, you might be lucky enough to know when to work on the 5th floor where the machine is located. I haven't seen it myself, but more delightful for me was seeing it on a screen working during an annual Rebirth broadcast. After all, we'll all get to see it one day. Not only that, we'll even enter the machine in order to become as we once were, as we were born. So, I'd like to see that. When's the next Rebirth? The Rebirth progress has been put on hold because of the traitor, the 13th, currently the last reborn. He left us, and his treachery put us all in jeopardy. That is why our efforts only mainly concentrate on his capture. But there are records of his rebirth here in this computer, so you can have a look. Even if this tremendous gift has been bestowed onto an undeserving person, it's still a marvel to watch the machine at work. Oh, really? So, what? That's really cool. Tell me about this treachery then. He used to be a good soldier. Courage. That's a word I haven't been born with. I don't know what that word is, he says. I know what that word is. Leonard doesn't. Anyway, he was that word fighting for... I can't pronounce that. What the hell? Courage. So it's courage and courageous. Courageously. Is that how it's said? Anyway, let's go with courageously. Courageously fighting for the rebirth. But his own rebirth got into his head. All of a sudden, he thought he was better than us, became unlike the rest of us, he was cured. Because unlike the rest of us, he was cured. His leaving presents a risk for us by itself. We have many enemies out there, as you surely know, and if they learn about the machine, it'll only make things worse for us. The worst thing is he's conspiring against us and wants us destroyed. I just can't fathom that. He must be crazy. Well, yes, you can fathom that, and So what normally happens... I know there's lines down here. I know, I read that one. So what normally happens with a reborn? It's obvious that letting them outside would be too much of a risk, and so they continue serving the rebirth within the walls of this complex. They pass on their old duties to the others while assuming new, more honorable duties themselves that most of us aren't even allowed to know about, and thus it shall be until the day of reborn for all of us come. The day of reborn or day of rebirth for all of us comes. So yeah, just now thinking and coming to a conclusion, because I didn't connect the dots before. So the oldest reborn is 13 years old, or potentially 12 years old now, or more. I mean, at the time of my rebirth, it was 12 or 13, depending on when they started counting. I imagine the original guy would have been the first, so yeah, let's go with the second one being 12 years old right now, counting from the time that he was reborn. And I don't think he would have died, unless that was addressed by that crazy guy that was dying or whatever. I don't remember hearing that, so nobody is yet to die from this. Which means I have long years ahead of me. In-game and after the end of the game as well, I suppose. But, well, it depends. As they said, it depends on the quality of the guys that give things. But let's see, of the donors, that's the one. So tell me tell me some other questions. Yeah, so why wait instead of conducting regular rebirths? Who is to be reborn and who is to wait? Can you even decide anything like that in a just manner? Well, yeah, a raffle? It wouldn't be right to cure some while others have to keep suffering. When the right day comes, it'll bring rebirth for all. It wouldn't be fair, so let's all die. Yeah, that makes sense. Totally makes sense. Anyway, if you can't believe that, at least believe. It's not a matter of belief, man. It's not a matter of belief at all. It's a matter of opinion for once, but more of logic. But anyway, at least believe that if the people who were fighting us knew that there were pure humans among us, it would rouse too many questions and suspicions. Oh, okay. That I can get. That's a good justification there. Until they'd finally find, unless except for the fact that you guys wear power armor, but even then, that'd still be a risk. Anyway, until they'd finally find out what it is we're trying to do here, and that would be an impulse for them to redouble their efforts to destroy us in their hatred. Well, that wouldn't be hatred. That would be self-preservation. If they found out you were collecting humans for the slaughterhouse, effectively it's what it is, it wouldn't be a hatred. I'm just saying. Anyway, but how long will it take? As long as it is necessary. Many people have suffered because of the war or its consequences, and they all crave being as they were before. There are more and more arriving every day. News of us spread throughout the wasteland. It reaches further every day. On the contrary, there are still too few healthy humans available who would be suitable for the operations. But that should not hinder us. After all, as our numbers increase, so do our possibilities. Suitable for operations, what are you talking about? Well, unfortunately, I'm talking about people. Those without radiation burns, healthy, non-mutated people. The machine regenerates, renews, you could say it revitalizes, but it doesn't create anything. Before entering the machine, one has to undergo operations which replace their organs that are too damaged with new ones and missing muscle with the new muscle. And for that we need humans. Those that reject and try to exterminate us to help us at least in this, albeit involuntary way. And you think that all of this is right? No, I don't. It truly isn't right. Just like it isn't right that we're suffering without reason, and neither is it that those luckier than us are dooming. No, what are they doing? Damning us on account of our suffering. If humans don't want to respect us, we can't respect them. Yeah, well, it's just war. You guys, apparently they think you started it. You're not really telling me they started it, so I think they're right. Anyway, once we're all reborn, hopefully we'll be better people than they were. He really means to exterminate everybody else, I think. On that particular... That should be they are. We'll leave knowing others had... Yeah, it is. Had to pay for our lives and knowing how it felt to be ghouls. Perhaps we'll be more tolerant to each other and everybody else too. Nah, well, you ghouls are mostly just like normal people. At least from my experience in Fallout 1 and 2. Ghouls are just normal people. There's good ghouls, and there's jackasses, and there's jerks, and there's criminals, and all sorts of terrible and good people in there. So, you're not going to be any better. No. So who's in charge here? We call him the Savior because that's what he signifies to us. He was the first of the reborn, the man who discovered this complex and started the rebirth. He's a holy man. Holy man? Yeah, the Savior wants rebirth for all of us. His entire soul is dedicated to this goal, and he's able to reach it too. What else would you call him? So you don't believe he's a god or something like that, right? Well, there are those here who almost worship him as such. Don't you understand he achieved the unachievable? You know yourself how it is to be a ghoul. You suffer the pains of your body. You are burdened by memories of loved ones long gone, and the world hates you for all that without good reason. And your life is many times longer than it should be, perhaps so you can enjoy your suffering to its fullest extent. No wonder someone like that isn't capable to believe in something better, in any happier future, and loses all hope. But in spite of that, the Savior has given us hope, real tangible hope, and he personifies that hope perfectly. Whether he is a man or a god is irrelevant. We can never revere him the way he would deserve. Yeah. Okay. So, can I meet him? Meeting the Savior in person. That is what everyone here would wish for. But only a few are granted their wish. We dedicate all of his time to realizing the day of rebirth for all of us. We bless him for it. I believe that on the day when we all enter the machine, it shall be he who supervises the process, and so we'll all meet him at least once in our lives. So he was a human before. Of that, we can pretty much be sure, because the machine apparently never worked properly. So I'm still trying to figure out what he wants with all of this. It's kind of a weird thing. The day of reckoning here could be the end result, but I doubt it. I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to, you know, be a god, or be just like, you know, maybe it's all political. Maybe it's all just, oh, this guy's gonna do my work for me. They're gonna get me some food and some water and whatever. I'm just gonna be here and nothing's gonna bother me. And maybe that's it. But what of the chicks? There's no chicks. How could he live without chicks? I don't know. Well, there are, but they're all ghouls. Maybe he's into that. Or maybe those are the reborn. Anyway, did you so let's see. How did he start all this? Driven by his will to become a normal human again, he discovered this place and the machine within. His determination was such that he operated on himself, implanting healthy organs and flesh that were stored here for experimental purposes. Then he entered the machine and has been reborn. The Savior has satisfied his will, but his determination was unabated. He wanted everyone to be able to enjoy some rebirth. The same rebirth, not some rebirth, the same rebirth, those who want and need to. So when other ghouls came here, he started what would fulfill his greater purpose, the rebirth. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of unbelievable how he operated on himself. Do you really believe that? It's way more believable than he was always a man from the start, but whatever. Yes, it sounds unbelievable, but it is true. It just proves how great his determination and strength of will are. He leaves, well, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy right there. But anyway, he leaves no room for doubt that the day of rebirth for all of us will one day come. Okay. Well, okay. Let's see. Why? No, I've asked that. What material for it? No, I've asked that. Who's in charge? What exactly is this place? Why is everyone wearing that talisman? Let's go with that one. It's our sign. The sign of the rebirth. Each one of us has it to remind us all of the duty to act so that we bring us closer to the day of rebirth, and also of the gift of being able to partake in that day. Actually, the sign itself denotes biohazard, which very few know today, but as such, it's all over the place. Whoever among us looks upon it, regardless of how far they might be, remembers this place and the machine that shall cure us all one day. Well, you might as well make it the symbol of the sun, because it's right there in the sky all day, every day. Well, all day, not all day, but all solar day. Well, wait a minute, that's a different. Anyway, you know what I mean. I'm just criticizing for the sake of criticizing at this point. I don't really feel like he's transpired a little bit of too much humanity for me, so I'm not sure I want to let them leave. Odo is not really too interested in letting them leave for sure. But so how do I get to the other floors of the complex? New arrivals are only authorized to be present on this floor. After I register you in our system, you'll be authorized to access the second floor. Access to the other floors depends on other requirements of your assignment. So, so go ahead and sign me up. Gladly. Kindly tell me your name or the name you have to the guard at the entrance. Okay, so the name I gave to the guard? Oh, wait a minute. Did I... Dang it. He did... What guard? I didn't give my name to the guard. It's been a couple of days since I recorded last episode, but... What? You've already registered me, man. Really? I don't remember you, but I guess it's possible. There's still many newcomers here, and I can't remember everyone, so do you have any more questions? No? Let me save here, because save's coming. So, I go ahead and sign me up. Let's go with Max. Was it Max? Let's go with that one. He looks at the list of new arrivals on his computer. Strange. Nobody under that name reported to the guards on the surface. Perhaps it's just a system error, but you understand that we'll need to check you more thoroughly. It signals to the guards. Well, I guess we'll have to do this the hard way. No, I don't want to do this. I just wanted to see if that was indeed the name. I knew I didn't give any name to the guards. Yeah. It's weird. Anyway, we're going down there whether they like it or not. And I'm probably going to have to end up killing them. Actually, well, let's just go around. Oh, there's a computer here. Did I want to check the computer? Did I check that before? I might. Let's go in through this door here. I might want to check the computer. Because, oh yeah, that's right, because the computer says something about our Rebirth and all that. So, public terminal, welcome. Here, there are publicly available accessible records available, or publicly accessible records available, both actual and from the time before the Great War. However, some are intended exclusively for Pip-Boy download. If you have questions about the Rebirth itself, look for Leonard, who will be happy to provide answers, and remember that the day of Rebirth will come for everybody. And this was not written by Leonard, because otherwise it wouldn't be... Who will be happy to... Yeah, that's right. So let's see. Vault-Tec, Biological Research Complex, New Mexico. What is that one about? The Ultra Steampack Project. Okay. And go to the administrator menu. Nope, that's not what I want. Hopefully I'll be able to get back to that one. I imagine I would. And... Nope. Oh, okay, I can still watch that one. Okay, so let's go into the Pip-Boy here. And look at the... Let's see. So I got... the Vault-Tec BRC New Mexico. Let's see. Biological Research Complex. Is this where we are? Is it? Yeah, I think so. It might be. To satisfy the growing research potential of Vault-Tec, in 2047 we began the construction of a six-floor, oh my god, six-floor complex in New Mexico, and its construction was finished 4 years later. All current research and development on biology and other related fields was moved here, but we also started new projects for which we did not have capacity before. The project with the highest priority was creating an effective treatment for radiation exposure and mutation as another possible stage in rebuilding civilization after a possible nuclear war. Thus began the most demanding project in the history of the company, surpassing in complexity even the successful GEC project. There's no doubt that it will take many more years and will require much effort before the project reaches the planned result. Department for manufacturing basic vault equipment such as jumpsuits and Pip-Boys was also built in the complex, as its convenient geographical location permits the easily distribution of goods to vaults in the west and south of the US of A. 3 years of smooth operation have shown that the facility has enough free space and capacity. Part of the capacity was freed up by finishing some of the smaller projects. This made it possible to begin developing weapons in close cooperation with the United States Army. Considering the nature of the local research, it mostly concerned biological and chemical weapons. The complex is completely self-sufficient, just like a vault, and in the extreme case of a nuclear attack, it can be closed in the same way. I didn't see a vault door. The unique underground structure ensures it can withstand even a direct hit from a technical nuclear warhead. The main power source is a massive nuclear reactor near the bottom of the complex. Oh, I can see where this is going. On the 6th floor, this cutting-edge reactor guarantees smooth operations for several decades. Besides modern technologies and lab equipment, the employees can make use of a spacious cafeteria with a wide selection of food as well as the luxurious resting rooms. In the infirmary, the highly qualified staff have cutting-edge equipment at their disposal, allowing them to perform even the most demanding procedures. The computers are connected to a local network, TechNet version 4.1, controlled by the main computer that is completely satisfactory, even though it is not equipped with artificial intelligence, as Vault-Tec has no confidence in the reliability of AIs. Well, not at this date anyway, I don't think. The latest version of the software ensures quick and seamless communications, advanced safety protocols prevent all sorts of attacks, and allow the system to raise the alarm and immediately locate unauthorized actions made by users. All terminals are also equipped with a modern inbuilt microwave connector, which allows them to wirelessly communicate with Pip-Boys, even with the oldest versions, the 2000 version, which is ours, but there's actually multiple versions of these, at least according to what I remember Jeanette saying about our Pip-Boy. And actually, I think every time we can, I don't know if this one is the same from Vault 13. I imagine it's not, because it's this one. It's from here. This Pip-Boy is from here. But it kind of doesn't make sense. I mean, it's just, it would be hard to reskin this with a mod, I imagine. But yeah, since they produce Pip-Boys, we'd probably have the best ones. And we're the 13th, so it would have the best. Anyway, security is provided by Vault-Tec personnel, as well as U.S. Army soldiers complemented by modern security robots equipped with deadly weapons. The robots are connected with the security components of TechNet, meaning authorized personnel are able to set detailed defensive parameters. The robots are also completely self-sufficient and on a fully charged battery will continue to operate for up to 10 days. Warning! Oh, yeah. on October 23rd, 2000 or 2077, I think that's how it goes. At 1342 hours, the main computer received a verified. That's 2 hours. I think it's 2 or 1 hour before the war. A computer received a verified signal with a command to immediately close the complex as per Security Protocol 16. The main entrance was immediately sealed. Nerve gas BX-8 was released. There was no sign of life detected. The last particles of the BX-8 gas dispersed. The sealing of the complex has been successful. What? They killed everybody inside? Why did they do that? What the hell? Can I ask this guy anything about that? No? Okay. Why would they do that? Or maybe I'm misreading that, but it does sound like that's the case. Full report. The advanced healing medication designated Super Stimpack has proven to be invaluable in combat situations where powerful and rapid treatment is required. However, its negative side effects, manifesting mere minutes after being administered, were responsible for permanent organ damage and, in some cases, even the death of many soldiers. For these reasons, we have received a contract from the United States Armed Forces for a... Is that a real thing? Shouldn't it be the Army? Or is that what it is? USAF. Oh. Isn't that Air Force? Anyway, for a medication with greater healing power, which retains none of these inappropriate characteristics. With new medication, this new medication has been named the Ultra Stimpack. So the Super Stimpack. Oh, the Ultra Stimpack doesn't harm you then. Okay, the Super Stimpack does, but it's only 6 damage. It's not that big of a deal, unless you give it to Cassidy, in which case it is. Don't do that, please. Yes. Don't. Anyway, an increase in healing potency was easily accomplished by increasing the volume of alpha fibrinogen and hydroxypropylene cornix contained in each dose. As expected, testing confirmed that these ratios are hazardous to humans, with a single dose providing sufficient to provoke a cardiac arrest in susceptible individuals. As a result, our laboratories began developing a mixture of suppressors and calcium ion emitters, which, when combined with the basic proteins, should mitigate the Ultra Stimpack's undesirable side effects without impacting its healing abilities. Why didn't you do that to the normal Super Stimpaks? Because if you know how to do that, they probably... Anyway. The test later revealed that Stimpaks effectively on most of the was completely focused, and when the labs went away, it felt more about the product. At the present... Oh, wait, something happened here. Then the end goal. The results of our research will change the future of pharmacology. Batch 9012 resembles a perfect subcellular clockwork mechanism. It can quickly heal even severe injuries, yet possesses none of the negative side effects of our previous efforts. The overall lifetime of the macromolecules used is estimated to be 120 years, which should prove more than sufficient. Oh. Huh. For... What? What happens? As seen with Super Stimpak, further development focused on stricter control of Golcom distribution, especially with single... They are progressing understanding of the... Oh, yeah, there's something happened. Okay, so at present... During the year, so yep, okay, it's all good. They're gonna be there. This is high-tech stuff. They were gonna be deployed, but they never were. They never were because the war happened. Okay, so I'm kind of leaning towards going in ahead and hacking. Oh, actually, I need to get watch the video. Let's see what happens. I don't know if I'm gonna watch a video. I doubt it, but let's see. Starting the video. You see ghouls in robes bringing in a naked man. He is marked by radiation, but what... I heard that. But what is even more apparent is that his body underwent a series of extensive surgeries. You recognize yourself. Everything is very familiar to you. You recall some pieces of memory which mix with the records you're watching. You watch the machine accompanied by some scientists. You're not able to take your eyes off of it. You don't mind that you're naked. You feel incredibly proud and happy. The ghouls lead the man to the machine, stand him up on a marked spot and fasten him to the supporting structure. They encircle his legs and waist with some robust steel handles. You feel 3 giant needles entering your back, but since they gave you a lot of sedatives, it doesn't hurt. They will inject your body with a few substances unknown to you, pure blood, and a few more sedatives. The fastening ends, everybody steps back to a safe distance from the machine, lest it explode or something, I don't know. In the middle there is a man standing, fastened so he won't fall even if he loses consciousness. The machine starts to rumble together with the 3 huge electric racks positioned around it. They take a long time to charge. coupled with an increasing amount of noise and electric flashes. Finally, the electricity discharges in huge beams from all these racks straight into the main machine. It shines with bright blue light with increasing intensity. There is only a silhouette of a man to be seen with arms opened wide above the head, eventually fading away in the light. You feel the great noise as if it were tangible. You don't see anything but bright blue light. It's uncomfortable. You want to close your eyes, but it's impossible. You're starting to feel the pain escalating despite the sedatives until you can't take it anymore. You're screaming in pain. The immense noise of the machine doesn't allow anybody to hear the screams of the men inside. However, it doesn't take very long. The light and the noise fade away until the machine stops completely. The handles release automatically and the man falls on his knees. A couple of ghouls rush to him and catch him. You are waking up. You're starting to perceive very slowly. You feel them lifting you up and supporting you. You notice your left hand. It looks normal. You twist it in disbelief and stare at it. The same with your right hand. Then you clench them both into fists and release. The man is staring at his hands and slowly leaves with an escort. It's obvious that his body is healthy now, without any mutations or scars. All the people around are clapping and cheering. You barely notice anything around you. As you walk, you are observing various parts of your body. The ones that you can see. You can't get enough of that look. It's beautiful. It can be seen that somebody covered the man with a cape before they completely disappear from the scene. The clapping and the cheering can still be heard. Okay. That wasn't weird at all. Huh. Well, actually, it kind of makes me think a little bit when he said that his hands looked normal. For a ghoul, I mean, just imagine, for the older audience out there, at least from what I can tell, just bump the microphone. From what I can tell, I mean, you're 6 years old, your hands are calloused or they're wrinkled or whatever. You got stains, or maybe you're, I don't know, so you'll have scars or whatever. They look normal to you. That's your hands. You know them. I mean, my hands have some scars, not a whole lot. I'm just 29, so I haven't been in war or anything, fortunately. So yeah, but they look normal to me. I imagine if they looked like, I don't know, if I had just some peeling or whatever. What the hell was that noise? If I had some surgeries that would make them a little bit smoother or whatever, they wouldn't look normal to me. So that particular thing kind of made me think about how ghouls see themselves. Because they must see themselves as normal. I mean, they've lived with themselves for hundreds of years now. I mean, it's 2170. It's almost 200 years after the war. It's, yeah. 200 years is a long time. They do not remember they don't remember what happened before. I don't think, I mean, they must have memories that they have harnessed through the years and still remember stuff, but and they of course see smooth skins, which what they call us, not humans, but whatever, because they're human. It's just they're mutated. But yeah, it kind of makes me think how they see themselves. It's an interesting thing. I don't think any character has explored that. That I can remember in Fallout, so I don't know. But anyway, there's a guy talking over here. I don't really know what he wants, but I guess we want to know for this episode. And this noise, I have no idea what this noise is. Hopefully it's not coming from me, because we're out of time for the day, and we're going to continue exploring this place next episode and finding out more about it. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Fallout 1.5 Resurrection. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.